Fast polishing for a fast car.
I'm Yvan.
I'm Nick.
This is DIY Detail. Today, we're gonna be doing a quick, easy service. If you're a professional detailer, this is fun to do. If you're a hobbyist, even more fun. What we're gonna be doing is a one-step polish and a sealant. And you're thinking, well, it's an all-in-one. We don't have an all-in-one in our lineup simply because it's not as efficient. This is actually faster and easier than an all-in-one.
When you think of an all-in-one polish, Yvan, you have a polish, which is an abrasive.
Right.
And then you have a protection product. And in my head, I'm like, the abrasive is probably fighting against the protection, and one is trying to be the champion, and they can't both be you can't be a jack of all trades. You're usually a master of none. It's good to do one thing at a time, in my opinion.
Right, and we're doing one thing at a time, but in reality, we're doing both at the same time. So what we're doing is we're applying the gold standard polish with the rotary pad. We're gonna jewel up this paint. We're gonna make it as glossy as we can get it. And then, as we're wiping it off, applying Envy ceramic sealant.
We're using the rotary pad, the rotary polisher. Why would we use this method? When would someone use a rotary, Yvan?
When they want the most gloss possible. That's when you use a rotary.
Yvan, I decided I'm gonna do the hood first and move that way, so I put my pad washer over there. I'm thinking ahead.
Right, but it shouldn't be that far away. It should be within reach. It's on wheels, you know. So you can move it with you as you're going.
Okay, I'm hearing what you're saying. So ahead is good, but not too far ahead.
Right. Within reach is better than too far ahead.
Why did we choose the rotary when we could have chosen the dual action, when we could have chosen a wool pad or a yellow pad? Why rotary with red?
We like using the rotary, it's fun.
From what I understand, the customer already loves the appearance of their vehicle. They think it's already shiny and they just wanted it enhanced.
Yeah.
We're trying to preserve the clear coat here.
We're trying to preserve as much clear coat as possible. It's got on average about 190 microns, which is relatively thick. But this is a vehicle that came from the factory with thick clear coat. We're going to try to preserve as much as possible. This is actually a very specialized collector car, Chevy SS, not very much of them in the US. So with that, we want to keep it as good as possible. One spray of polish on the pad, not two, not three. Slightly dampened pad, and off we go. I like to wipe off as I go. Nick likes to leave a reminder of where he's been. So for myself, I'm gonna use a rinseless dampened towel to remove the polish residue, and I'm not working it hard. I'm not trying to remove everything. I'm just getting it damp with the rinseless wash. And then one or two light sprays of Envy. Where I sprayed the Envy is where I first deposit the towel and dry to a high gloss protected shine. Simple, quick, and easy. Now Nick is going back to his old friend, the corded polisher.
Well, we always do the cord-free tools, Yvan. We have corded tools as well.
Right, and they're great tools.
And they're just so smooth, and every once in a while, it's nice to use a corded tool. It just feels like home.
Rather humid in the shop today, so I'm not in a rush to dry it off. You can see I was able to do the whole upper section. It's still damp, so now I'm just gonna add a couple sprays of Envy where I wiped it off, and then work in the Envy, polish it up to a shine. You can see how effortless it is to wipe off the windows, off the paint, leaving a nice streak-free shine. But at the same time, do not put Envy on the inside glass. You don't want anything that promotes beading on the inside of the windows, because what promotes beading also promotes fogging.
The dual action polisher is different than the rotary polisher, Ivan. What do you recommend folks know about the rotary? I always tell people fat pads, speed 1, no pressure, but it's one of these machines that you kind of have to learn by using.
Right. And like any machine, respect it, it will respect you. Don't go crazy with it. Keep it at speed 1. Don't put any pressure. The less pressure you exert, the easier it is. If it feels like you're working, you're doing something wrong.
I absolutely love the rotary, but not all rotaries are created equal.
No.
So maybe you've used a Makita or a DeWalt, or you've used a different polisher, a cord-free versus a corded. They're all going to feel a little different.
Yeah.
We want you to polish on the lowest speed setting of the rotary you have.
Right.
What if that lowest speed setting is really high? Like, what's the highest one you've known of?
There's some that start at 1500, but try to keep it under 1000 RPM.
Okay, is there such a thing? Because ours are at 600, our cord-free. Is that too low? Is that doing any cutting at all? Like, what's happening at 600?
600 is a nice starting speed. That's why we designed it that way. But at the same time, there's some that go down to 400, and I'd use it at 400 too. But a lot of machines, the fan in it isn't designed to be used at slow speed. So there's some that will overheat quickly if you're using it at speed 1 the whole time. Not a case with ours. We designed it to be used at speed 1.
So if you want to, plug and play solution, our polisher, our pad, our polish, our Envy ceramic sealant, it all works very well together.
They're designed to work together. While I'm here, a couple sprays of Envy on the wheel. I'll clean the wheel as well. We've washed the wheels, obviously. Now I'm just drying it. If you're not sure of how you wash the wheel, don't use the same towel. But for myself, I know how I wash the wheels. I'm not concerned about using the same towel. Now I'm going to open this door just a little bit. That way I'm going to polish this door. We'll close it and we'll be able to see the gloss difference. You can see where I've polished and where I've applied Envy and where I haven't. The gloss, this was a glossy car to begin with, but we've amped it up. We've got rid of all those little micro scratches everywhere. It just looks deeper and richer.
The best thing about the rotary is how fat our jeweling pad is. And even though it looked like I was tilting, all I was doing was trying to be really precise without any pressure. You have a lot of forgiveness with this pad. As I'm just going down into here, and all I'm watching for is the edge of this red pad, just so my backing plate isn't knocking into the paint. So it's really nice to just massage into all the nooks and crannies with this pad, and you've convinced me. I'm a 6-incher. I'm a 6-inch pad guy now. I'll use a 3-inch polisher if someone hands one to me, but I don't feel like I need it.
No.
There's times where it would be nice, because I like to take a long time when you could take half the time. I'm known for that, but 6-inch pads are great. Every once in a while, I kind of wish I had a 1-inch pad, but it's pretty rare. You can just you can work in down into here. There's just a lot of there's not a lot of places I can't get to with a rotary and this pad. That's why I like doing windows with this too.
Yeah.
Because I can get right up under the edge of glass, along the trim and everything, so.
Excellent. So while Nick wipes his side off, my side is all done, tires are dressed, grill is cleaned, everything. But I'm gonna go over it one last time, and I'm just gonna put one light, very light mist on the surface.
Why is that?
I'm gonna chase for streaks in case I got any streaks.
Okay, but you're not one to leave anything behind, so.
No, but just in case. And also, you might have slung onto my side.
See, I was getting to that. I was like, there has to be another reason.
But now that I have this side that I just had that one spray on, I'm actually not going to spray any more on the surface. I'm just gonna carry that towel around, feeling everywhere, making sure that I got everything. And speaking of feel, ooh, is this soft? It's slick.
Well, that's one thing about MV ceramic sealant. Everyone says it's just so slick.
The instant bond technology makes it slick immediately. It's not put it on and wait for an hour for it to get slick.
So we think slick is cool. Is there any utility to slickness? I mean, why should slickness matter to someone?
Well, slickness, what it does for you is helps dirt slide off the vehicle, meaning it's not going to get dirty as quickly and less chance of scratching and getting dirty going down the road. Now you may be asking why it took Nick longer than me. And it's very simple. It comes down to organization and managing your movements. I move less than Nick does. I'm not walking back and forth to my cart. My cart was always within arm's reach. And when I'm done a section, I'm done a section. So I'm not having to go back and forth over things. But on the other hand, Nick's way, it's not wrong, it's just different. And Nick has a need to leave the polish on the surface to make sure that he did that section.
If it's all filled in, if all the lines are filled in,
Yep.
like coloring in the lines in kindergarten, then I know I've completed the project. Sometimes I forget where I've been, Ivan.
Like I said, there's no wrong way and there's no right way. There's just two different ways. Now, if you did it my way, but you're very disorganized, you're having to walk back and forth to the cart and all that, it's probably gonna take you longer. But years of being lazy pays off. So we'll help Nick here. If you wanna do the rinseless wash, I'll do the drying with the Envy.
I don't want you to have all the fun, Ivan.
Yeah, well, I'll do the rinseless wash then.
All right. Yeah. I want to spray the Envy and feel the slickness.
Now, we say a rinseless dampened towel. Nick's towel weighs just a little too much for me.
Well, I dropped my first towel on the ground.
Yeah.
So then I just had to rapid fire try to finish that one. We're filming, I'm trying to get it done. Some people don't use rinseless on their towel at all, Ivan.
No, you can wipe it off dry, but it just makes the job harder.
So what's the technique? How do you make sure the polish wipe off step is as easy as Ivan LaCroix makes it look?
Have a rinseless dampened towel. That's it. Nothing more.
Not wet.
Not wet. Definitely not wet. Just damp. And that damp towel glides across the surface, emulsifies the polish. And I'm not trying to remove all the polish in this stuff. Something that a lot of people do is they try to get every last speck of polish off. That's not necessary.
Really? So you're just
dampening it with the towel,
okay,
letting the rinseless do its job.
And again, remind me, in this case, the rinseless's job is
to emulsify and to break down those polishing oils.
It's hard to argue with the look or the feel of this paint, Ivan.
No, it's glossy, it's shiny, it's slick. There we go, all wiped off.
Thanks, sir. And they say, Ivan, that you can't finish with a rotary.
Well, you can, and even with the nitrile gloves on, it's slick.
It really is.
Yeah. If you'd like to learn more about this product, of course, ask questions down below. We love answering your questions. Go in the comments, answer the questions. Don't forget to subscribe. That way you'll get more information, more detailing knowledge from both of us. And there's a new feature. There's the hype thing. Give that a try.
Ivan, we finished with a rotary, but a lot of people want to cut with a rotary.
Right.
We're actually not against that, but if you want to see for yourself which one actually cuts faster, a rotary or dual action polisher, we actually made a video about that, and it's right here.